Hey, it's Lynn Brown. I'm a results coach. Happy almost 2022. This special broadcast is dedicated to all the amazing gritty girls all over the world. So if you are a teen girl somewhere in this world, this one is for you. I wanted to remind you of a few things. I wanted to remind you that you're an amazing human, that you are unique, you are equipped. There is only one of you in this whole world, on this huge, big blue rock. There's only one of you, and you are amazing. You know, I don't know what it's like to live in your shoes, meaning I don't know what it's like to grow up right now with all things social, with all the filters and all the things you see and all the videos and challenges and posts and conversations and TikToks and snaps and on and on and on. I don't know what that's like. I just know what it was like when I was growing up and I was caught in comparison then. I can't imagine living in your shoes now. But this is what I do know. I know that you are more than enough. And I want to say this to you. This time of year, you probably hear adults, and you've probably thought about it maybe in some of the groups you're in too. Like, what do you want? You hear New Year's resolutions. I'm not really that big of a fan of New Year's resolutions, but I have a question for you today. What would you like to stop doing in 2022? What would you like to stop doing in 2022? I think a lot of times we say, oh, I'm going to eat more carrots, or I'm going to drink more water, or I'm going to, get off social media at before 1 o'clock in the morning, or whatever the thing is. So a lot of times, we think about things we want to add or not. But I want you to think about a couple of things we could leave behind. What could we leave behind in 2021? And one thing is comparison, and the other, there's something else I want you to consider is people pleasing. I think so many times we get caught up in that trap. And wouldn't you agree, it's like a trap. Sometimes if we're kind of fearful or we're feeling insecure or not having enough confidence or courage to do one thing, oftentimes that's what leads us into comparison. And we see so-and-so's post, or we overhear so-and-so talking at lunch, and we begin to somehow compare ourselves to them, and somehow usually we end up not being enough or whatever. And so I want you to know this. We grow up thinking that people think about us all the time. What are they thinking about us? What will they think about me? If I wear this, what will they think? Y'all, honestly, girls, I want you to listen to this. If you don't listen to anything else, people are not thinking about us as much as we think they are. Even somebody my age, sometimes we get caught up in that too. Don't just let adults tell you that it's only kids and you're, into all the social pressure and all that stuff. Adults are too. Trust me, I know this. It's happened to me too. But people don't think about us as much as we think that they do. So here's the thing is I want you to remember, you are unique and there's not another human being like you. And I know some of you are thinking right now, oh yeah, you should hear what they say about me at school, or you should hear what, so-and-so, this adult or this whatever, somebody in your family said about you one time. But you know what? Even in those situations when you have been maybe in a situation where something unkind was said about you, I want you to hear me on this too. We have to take ownership. We have to take responsibility for creating the new thoughts. And trust me, for the first half of my life, I was stuck there in those thoughts. It was like it's like if you travel, if you're going someplace and you're not flying, you're going on an interstate, it's poured concrete. And sometimes our thoughts are like poured concrete in our brain. It's like your favorite playlist. You go to that playlist and those songs, are already, they're there on your phone or whatever. That's your playlist. Well, our thoughts sometimes are like a playlist. And if we are not careful and we don't guard them, we will, when we find ourselves going into comparison or feeling left out or feeling like we're not enough or feeling like everybody's talking about us or whatever, we can drift into those patterns, those bogus stories that are simply not true. They are lies that we have learned to believe because we've said them to ourselves so many times. So I want you to think about maybe creating some new thoughts. Creating some new thoughts. And the challenge that I want to give to you is to be you in 2022. And that's not going to happen just January 1st, right when you wake up. Everything's not going to go away and it's not going to be picture perfect. It's not. I'm not saying that. But we could begin to work together on this. And you could step into who you were created to be. Because before the beginning of time, you were created to do, be, and have anything your heart's desire. You are equipped, you are resourced, you have everything that you need inside of you right now. So don't ever let anybody, I don't care what age they are, don't ever let anybody tell you any different. My favorite verse is Romans 12:2. And it says we can be transformed by the renewing of our minds. You know, my grandson has those transformers, and they're really cool. Like they're little toys that it'll be a little hamburger, and then it'll turn into an airplane. I mean, they're crazy, but they're called transformers. And so really that's what we have to do with our thoughts. We have to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. And oftentimes, because of patterns and behaviors and beliefs, maybe sometimes something somebody said to us or something we have learned to believe, or maybe something we just create ourselves. Have you ever just created a story in your head that's not even true, but you are worried about something and you think maybe somebody's saying something about you, so then you just create this whole novel in your brain. And then later you find out it's not true. Well, don't feel bad. We all do it. I do it. And I'm a results coach, and I even do it. So I work with people and help people work through these things, and I even do it myself. So nobody's perfect. And all those people out there that you think are picture perfect, sister, they are not, because there's nobody that's perfect. We're all work in progress. We're all failing forward to success. But I want you to promise me this, that you will work in 2022 on being you, becoming the best version of you. Because y'all, our thoughts are things, even though we think little thoughts don't matter, they do. They compound and they pile up. And your brain doesn't know the difference. If you start telling yourself, oh, I'm this way, I'm not as smart as so-and-so, or I'm not as popular as so-and-so, or I'm not tall enough or short enough or thin enough or fat enough, or my hair's straight and it needs to be curly, or whatever the thing is. I don't have the cool clothes, or whatever it is. Trust me, I know what you're going through, y'all. I was so insecure in 6th grade. I had a friend that had acne. This is no lie. This is embarrassing to even tell, but I'm going to tell you. So I had a friend that had acne, and she got to go to a dermatologist. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. She'd come back to school and her face would be fried. You know, it would be like red, like sunburn red. And I thought that was so neat. So I went home and told my mom, like, I need to go to a dermatologist. She's like, why? Because your skin, you have no bumps on your skin. I'm like, I know, but I just need to go to a dermatologist. And I remember she even went and let me go buy this stuff that had alcohol in it that you would put on your face and it would burn your face. So I didn't even need it. I didn't have acne, but I was so insecure. I wanted to belong. It didn't matter what it was. I just wanted to belong. And probably there's some of you right now at the sound of my voice that have those same feelings too. Why do I know it? Because I just know. Yes, I've done some work in schools before. But I just know if it was like that for me when I was growing up, I can't imagine what it's like for you. But I know this, there's always a way through, and there's always hope. And as long as we have breath and we have life, then there's hope. So I hope this encourages you. I hope this encourages you. I pray that you have your best year ever. And I would encourage you, if you have a friend that needs to hear this message, please share it with one of your friends. And yes, I'm going to TikTok it, and I'm going to do, of course, I'm on Instagram also, but I'm going to do all those things too. But you pay it forward too. I just wanted to give this gift to whoever needed it. And if only one person all over this world needs it, then you know what? I am happy. But remember that you are amazing, you are unique, and just consider taking this challenge, this gritty challenge to be you. And let's leave comparison and people pleasing behind in 2022. Take care. Happy New Year. And remember, gritty is the new strong.